What's going on, fellow Gundam viewers? My name is Good Oyster One, and I'm going to bring you guys another Gundam model review today. And if you guys see some difference, a really huge difference with the video or the recording of it, it's just that I got myself a upgraded phone, which is going to be a lot more better than my the other phone. But I still have the other phone just in case if this phone either gets broken or damaged or if someone steals it. Either way, so we are going to review Victory Gundam, the V and plus the V-Gundam head. So within that name, it's a huge name, by the way, and I don't think I'm going to put in this whole entire title of the V-Gundam or the Victory Gundam in the title of the video. So I'm just going to put Victory Gundam plus V-Gundam head. So this is a pretty rare model, actually. So I got this model I would say around November or December at least, and I was scheduled. What's funny is that this one was supposed to be shows up at February 3rd, which is this upcoming month. But what's funny is that I got it a month before. I'd say around like maybe January 15th or 13th. That's when I got it. So these guys are pretty rare to find. You can find them on most likely eBay or Amazon. What I'm a little bit disappointed is that, oh no, the model is fine. Now, I'm not disappointed with the model, well, a little bit, but I'll explain it in just a moment. But the box, whoever had this in his inventory did not take any well care for the box itself. Oops. He did not meant to fall. Stay like that, little rascal you. Come on, there you go. Stay right there. So what's ridiculous is that there's a little tear in the box. Yeah, much of a tear. Did I even hit that? A little bit and then damages around the bottom parts of the box, which I find it pretty upsetting. I was hoping it would be in great condition on the box at least. Not blaming the model for the box's damage, but I blame the seller who sold me this. When I got the box, he had like I would say like leftover shrink wrap. He only shrink wrap like these two ends instead of like bubble wraps and all that, or even had the chance to glue that part, or even at least tape it at least. Sorry if I'm going up and down. If you see my dog, that's my dog. All right. So that's one of my most disappointing parts about it. If you guys do get Gundam models on eBay or Amazon, make sure to check the box for any conditions on it. If you see any dents or any damages on the box on your orders, do report it to Amazon for say, hey, it's been damaged. But no, I'm not telling you guys to get a refund. If you guys want it. What I mean to say, give it a review, telling the seller, hey, the way that you packaged it was not right. In the future, if anyone buys this, please change your packaging ways. That's all I would recommend for you guys to tell them. So besides that, so let's go ahead and go with the story, the background of the Victory Gundam. So during the time, I forgot what era Victory was in, but I would say it's after the F91 era. I had to say F91 because beam shields were invented during F91's show or movie or before in the manga. But with the Victory Gundam, the beam shields are everything. So there's some mobile suits in the show that had our regular practical shields, like the one of the colony mobile suits. Dang it, this little slight movement. There's like some shields, but mainly the Victory Gundam and some of the Federation, even Zanskar mobile suits have beam shields, which is actually pretty cool because you can use it as defense, or you can actually incapacitate or destroy enemy mobile suits. So, to the story on the Victory Gundam. The Victory Gundam was made in the military league, or League Military, which is like a militia group over the European continent. When Zanskar was supposedly is a peaceful military that don't want to conquer the Earth Federation or Earth as well, and turns out it was a big fat lie. So mainly the Zanskar were trying to take over the European continent, killing any of the civilians or any people living there for supposedly polluting on Earth, which ideally it was Zanskar who ended up wanting to pollute the Earth, because since the like space noise and human people, Earthians or Earthens, always differences by segregations and all that. So the Federation could not intervene with the Zanskar to start another war, since the Federation had numerous wars with the past factions, like with Zeon, then Titans, and Zeon again, then Crossbone Vanguard on the F-91, and then later on, now Zanskar. But eventually the Earth Federation has intervened with the Zanskar after seeing the numerous actions, numerous explosions and attacks on the European continent with the League military. But the League military has provided the militia group with mobile suits and weapons and probably some ships as well. You do see it in the show. But that's not the point for this video. So the main point is that the League military made their own unique mobile suit. They have Gun-Easies as prototypes, but they couldn't predict the most capable, most easy, most stronger mobile suit that they have, which they made the Victory Gundam. They made it a core fighter. They made the core fighter with a Gundam head in it. It was a small little core fighter. And they made it into two dockings on it, so you get the upper half and you get the lower half. It's like with a Double Zeta Gundam. You have the core fighter and you have the upper top, and then you have the lower torso for the legs. So they did that scenario. Now, what's interesting is that the controls were so easy that even children like Uso Ebbing could actually pilot a Gundam. Later on, there were multiple of actual factories who were producing more of these Gundam mobile suits to have a mass production process. But later on, Uso ended up having the original Victory Gundam. They did made the Dash Gundams, which is the mass production types. Within that, the strike teams were the ones who mainly used the V-Dash Gundams for their mass production, since the Gun-Easies would probably be taken out, since they used the Gun-Easies for regular pilots. Later on, there would be only... Technically, all of the V-Dash heads are probably dead. The last one we had was one of those two strike team girls that were out on the station, the Halo station, which eventually they ended up getting shot down and killed. So the thing is that the V-Dash heads have the same main system, the same equipment as the Victory Gundam as well, but just not the V2 Gundam. So right here, we have the core fighter of the Buster cannons that is equipped to the core fighter. You guys can do some paint or marketing on the core fighter. I decided not to do that because my red marker I would say got more leaky on my pen for some reason, so I might get another pen later on. Be very careful with the horns. They don't really stay on there unless you probably have to glue them on there. I don't want to suggest glue, but if you have to, definitely use glue. And this is the Buster cannons. Well, I named it as Buster cannon, but part of the beam cannons or shoulder cannons, whatever you guys want to call them. That's fine too. You guys can do colorizations on the Buster Cannon as well. It is easily put into the back. What I do suggest is that don't constantly pull it out and put this one back on. I stuck with the regular thrusters of the V-Dash because I didn't want to. Originally, I did want to put the Buster Cannon on there, but I didn't originally want to pull it out and then put it back in as usual, because you want to, like, you know, multiple pictures, multiple positions, stands you want to put. And right here you got an automatic mega beam cannon, beam launcher. I would say, I want to say mega particle launcher or so. Yeah. So this I was going to say Buster rifle. Make this. I'm going to call it a beam launcher. This beam launcher right here is actually pretty powerful. It's getting close to like an actual beam cannon from a ship, but like half as strong as the cannons. Now, what I mean by half, I mean like half lower than the cannon. Yeah, my hand's shaking, sorry. As in weaker than the beam cannons from like a ship, but it's strong enough to take down a mobile suit which heavily defended. And standardized beam rifle, which I love the beam rifle in Victory Gundam. These are unique designs. I love them. I just hope that we'll get more of those later on. Not beam rifles, but like more Victory Gundam models. And of course, you get the beam shield as well. A little thin one. It kind of reminds me of the same beam shield as the Gundam Seed Destiny. Basically, it does look like the same, huh? Yeah. And also, you got 2 beam sabers that comes with it. Not very bad. They're actually pretty short. Actually short enough for this guy to use. Actually, that's pretty interesting idea. So it does come with 2 beam sabers. I don't know why I was going to say rifle again. Beam sabers that would be to storage down on these 2 wrists. So now I'm going to give you guys my honest review of Victory Gundam on the bad side. I don't want to give any bad opinions about the models, but from this one, I ended up have to give my opinion. The bodywork is awesome. I love the bodywork. They did as much as they can. What I do not like is that it is so stiff. Now, what I mean by stiff is that if you try to move, well, the arms are fine. The arms they're not as stiff. I mean, a little bit stiff, but not too stiff. But the legs, if you ever want to have the legs like bend or having going like a kick, kind of like a kick, but if you bend the legs, they're like super stiff that you have to actually put a little bit force, just a little force on it, just to move the knee up. And then once you push it back, you get like you feel like a little tug on, like, pushing the knee back. Yeah. So, and also the feet actually close in. I don't have no problem with the feet. The only thing I have a problem with the feet is this part right here on the ankle, is that it doesn't like to move. So, and also be very aware for the weight of the upper piece right here. I don't know why it's more heavier than the legs. It should be the legs, or it should be more heavier, and then should stand. That's how I feel about that. So, and I knocked my baby down. Not on purpose, but you know, guys. And if you guys ever want to get a Victory Gundam, I do recommend getting you guys having it for your collection if you want to. If you don't want to have a Victory Gundam in a model, personally, I would suggest getting the Robot Spirits of Victory 1 and the Victory 2, or even the Victory 2, the full Assault Pack, which has all the weapons in them, which I'm planning on getting that one later on soon, and then making a video of that. But personally, I would probably stick to the Robot Spirits. I love Gundam models as much as everyone else. There's just limits to what models that they think is good as a model, which is not good as a model. But to be honest, if they make a revive version of the Victory Gundam or the Victory V-Dash, I would definitely buy it and see what's the improvements on the model itself. So you guys already heard me about Amazon or eBay. I won't put it down in the description for the sites. You guys already know those sites. But if you guys do happen to want to know, if there's actually some people who probably never knew what's eBay or Amazon, but I'm assuming everyone does. And if you guys have any other places who might have them, put them down in the comment section, like a site or a store. Let me know and I'll take a look on their inventory. And I will definitely put the fandom down on the description as well. If you guys have any comments or questions or any opinions about the model or my comments, please put them down in the comment section. And as always, guys, I recommend you guys getting it just for your collection if you want to. You guys don't have to if you don't want to. As usual, guys, I'm going to see you guys on the next review. Bye-bye.